I'm Jack Foresman, the membership website administrator, and with that goes a huge paycheck each month. Yeah, right. Feel free at any time to interrupt me, ask me questions, or discuss issues, kick things around. We'll just start out. I hope everyone is aware that our address is buckcollectorsclub.org. And that's what you'll get when you type that in. We've got a new category here, which is the Hall of Fame. It says soon, and that will be the people that we in the Hall of Fame last night at the event. And once we get their pictures and their write-ups, why that'll be on the website. We have club events. Here's some pictures of past shows. Some of these people you'll recognize. I don't know who this guy is here.
Most of those guys look like pictures I've seen at the post office.
Down the bottom, I've got to update this. This is still the 08 shows. But I want to bring to everybody, we have this gentleman here, his number is 84. Someone broke into his home and stole all of his knives. He had a complete collection of the
BCCI.
Buck Collectors Club members only knives. So if you run across any time 84 on a knife, if you would please get in touch with me or him or someone, so maybe we can track that down.
Can you say what area he was in?
Rhode Island. Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
And we have a club membership application here, just in case one of your neighbors or family members you could talk them into joining. And
Has that been changed in any way lately?
yes.
I mean, if we have any old ones, should we use those or bring some new ones? Or?
What has changed is the foreign
I got you. Okay.
prices is all, Ralph.
Oh, okay. Well, I better look at it when I go home, and I'll make sure we're still, at least the prices are still the same.
Jack, while we're on that subject, it might be a good time to tell people because some of these people weren't in Atlanta, tell them what we decided starting in 2009 to do with youth members.
Oh, right. Starting in 2009, and we also instituted that now with new packages, new youth member packages. As you know, our youth members are free, and it costs a substantial amount of money to send the catalogs and the newsletters, and a lot of times we're sending 2 or 3 packages to the same address. So what we're doing with the youth, because they are so computer savvy, we give them a welcome letter, a username and password, and welcome them to visit anything on the website, which is probably all they like. That way, if they're only joined because somebody talked them into it and they have no interest, nothing lost. If they have a real interest, they'll find everything they want right there on the website.
So in other words, we're not going to mail them a quarterly
Newsletter.
They can get it off the website. And I'm just kind of emphasizing that in case any of you have children or know of youth members that will begin to say, hey, I'm not getting my packet anymore, my quarterly newsletter.
And we do, along those lines, when they become a youth member, we have a very nice youth knife that we give them. Of course, the deal is we give it to the parents. We can't give it to the juvenile. Now, down here, and I was talking to John about this, Larry, I think we need to highlight this a little bit more to contact. That was up where the Hall of Fame is now, but now they have it down here. Contact the club. This is for anyone, even non-members can do this. if they put their name there and their email address. If you don't have an email address, a phone number somehow, so we can get back in touch with you and submit your question. 95 out of 100 questions are website related. I lost my password, I lost my username, I don't remember what it was, I don't remember what I did with it, I haven't been on there in 3 years or whatever, and that's absolutely no problem. I gladly look it up. Also what happens is you can change your password. You cannot change your username, but you can change your password to anything you want. And people do that and forget what they changed it to. So what'll happen when you let me know, I have to put in your original password, because even I cannot look at your password. I have no idea what it is, but I can change it to anything I want. So I'll change it back to your original numbers and send you an email and say your username is this, your password is that. And then once you get in, you can change it right back to whatever you want.
So basically, when we go contact us, it goes straight to you?
No, it goes to the president, it goes to
Okay.
John, the president, and then he distributes. Now, doesn't all concern to me.
Right.
Some might be a question that only Larry can answer.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
That way, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
But it all goes to John first?
It goes to John first, and he routes it.
It out to
Yep.
where it
He probably averages sending me 1 or 2 a week, probably average.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if it went to anybody specific or if it just branched out to whoever grabbed it.
Sometimes I recognize the name, but generally,
The format
They're not
that these
club members.
usernames are in are, what is it, user, club number. And
Yeah, the way we
zip code.
arrive at your username and password is the beginning is always your club number, and then your initials, and then your zip code. And with your zip code, we subtract that from a magic number that we have to come up with your password.
If I can't remember my username, but if I remember the format, I can.
Okay, change username profile. Okay, this will be for only you. And there it says, it gives you the option, if you want to change your password, you put in whatever you want to use and then you confirm it. And then down at the bottom, you click update and it'll change your password. Now, some people choose to put their address, phone number, email address, what their interests are. That is up to you. I don't do that. All I put on there is your username, password, your name, and your club number. Everything else, if you want anything on there, feel free to do it.
Now, the question part on that last, when you said questions, and your example was losing your name and forgetting it, is that also appropriate for knife questions and those kind of thing, or that would be a different?
No,
That's a question.
that's the kind that Larry is
That's what
alluding
you're
to that
saying.
he gets, yeah.
If you get that, it goes to the right person.
Yep, yep,
Okay, so
yep.
it's-
And what did you click on up there, Jack, on the left-hand side to get to that sheet?
Right here, change user profile.
Okay, got it.
Now, I'll just show you, for example, what I do when I put in new members. I get all this, of course, I go down to the bottom and I put add new member. But let's just say, and I'll just pick one here at random. He forgot his password. Well, see, I have no idea what that says. So I have to go down here and modify and then give him his original password and then tell him what it is, and then he can go back to the changing it or leaving it, it's their choice. And please forgive me, I say his a lot, I mean every member, his and her. Okay, links to website. Anybody that is a knife club, anything to do with knives that benefits the Collectors Club, will gladly put a link to their website up here. Here's a very prominent club that we put on. This, I say that because the two gentlemen in the back are from the Shenandoah Valley Knife Club. One other thing I might point out is, hopefully within the next month or two, we're going to upgrade our website. We have what is referred to as the old Microsoft system. This new system we're going to have will open up all kind of doors for us. We'll be able to have forums, chat rooms. We'll be able to show video clips. It'll be a whole new ball game for us, and that's being worked on now, and probably be quite a while before we get it up and running.
What's gonna happen, those thugs are still on dial-up?
It may actually help you dial up people, and we'll get into that here too, Ralph. Okay, newsletters. When we first started in '03, I put all the newsletters on there in 200 pixels. People would wait 15 minutes, half hour, 3/4 of an hour to read a newsletter. So we bought a Adobe professional program, and I changed them all, not only the newsletters but the catalogs, to 80 pixels. That allowed it to download much faster. However, it wasn't quite as clear. It wasn't the quality as the 200 was. So now that everyone's been getting newer, faster computers and faster DSLs and everything else, why, now we're starting to get people saying, well, Jesus, you know, it's kind of fuzzy. Can't we make a little? There may come a time where I'm going to have to go through the whole thing again and go from the 80 back to the 200.
So when you do that upgrade that you're talking about doing, that will compensate for?
I don't know. We have to wait and see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping it will. Also, when you get into the newsletters and the catalogs, we had a gentleman here this morning said that it wouldn't download. Some of the stuff wouldn't download. And another guy said, I had the same problem. He says, you can't open it at the site. He says, you have to save.
Yeah.
And then after you save, he said, you can open it right up.
And I
So
could never figure out why.
keep that, yeah. Keep that in mind. As an example, okay, here's a 2003 newsletter. Now this should come up fairly quick. This is a slow system, by the way. I don't know if it's I think it's the cable is slower than most. Well, I have been getting them up quicker than this.
Jack, it's been my experience that some of those go quicker.
Some is
than
different,
others,
yeah.
and I've
There's
never
the one I've
figured
been
it out.
opening. Let's see
Maybe
how.
some of them are still 200.
Well, some of them have more pictures on than others.
Yeah.
Is what'll cause that.
How soon does the newsletter come up on here after it gets printed?
How soon does what?
The newsletter come up on the computer?
After it's
And-
Usually, if I see on Blade forums where somebody got their newsletter, then I'll put it right up.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of the knives are first come, first served.
Yeah, right.
So rather than giving somebody full advantage over everyone, we'll try
A
to.
lot of people would also rather print out a copy of the order form on the website.
Yeah, then instead of ruining their newsletter.
Right.
Yes.
Now, you can do that, if you get a newsletter over the computer, you can print out the.
Yeah, you can print it any or all, or, you know.
And that'll be good for an order.
I've
Sure,
actually
sure,
scanned
sure.
it and run copies that way.
You'd be.
You can write your order on a piece of paper.
I was gonna say, you'd be surprised at some of the orders we get.
We'll take your check.
Okay, now do you see the wording on here? You see how fuzzy that is?
Yeah. Actually, I think that's acceptable.
Okay, now that's the 2004. Now I'll show you June 2008.
While we're waiting, if when you guys order checks, don't make or order knives, don't make the check payable to me, because then I gotta endorse it over to the club and mail it on down to Gene anyway.
Oh, okay, so you make it to the club.
We'll see what that does is, Larry, that gives us time to get the money.
Knife, make it payable to the club.
Oh,
Larry,
that, yeah.
that gives us a few extra days to get the money.
They get mailed down to him anyway, it's just, I'm lazy and I don't wanna have to endorse it.
I only did it once, Larry.
What'd I do, tell you not to do it again?
Long time.
I don't know what the problem is. These were loading much quicker this morning.
I wonder if Buck's doing stuff on
More
the
traffic.
network.
Well, they may, you know, maybe there's a lot of employees on the system now.
There it is.
There we go.
It's right after lunch.
Okay, now you see the difference in the words. This is the 200 pixels.
Which, is that the latest?
This is June 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the latest.
It's a little difference.
Yeah. So even the pictures are come out real nice. I just like to share with you, my first knife show at Atlanta, the Blade Show, Shoemaker gave me a knife. And I thought that was really neat. So this was this young lady's first show, so I gave her a knife. Well, she wrote me a thank you card that it was so neat. I was so pleased with that.
His granddaughter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's just delightful to meet young kids like that.
Yeah. And Ken said she carries that knife with her wherever she goes. Okay, the next item we have here is bios. This is bios of past and present board members. You'll see Larry Oden is on there. John Foresman is on there, Joe Hauser, and Jack Foresman. And I've been encouraging the rest of the board to submit the bios, because it gives the membership kind of an idea of how we came about and what's going on.
I know what you do, Jack. Every one of these seminars, you tell these people to go to those guys and say, why isn't your bio?
Yeah, there you go.
I bet you it'll be on there real
Better
fast
yet.
if they have 10 people come up there.
Better what, make one up and then email it to them, so you can change it. if you want to.
Jack's gonna put this one on.
The club history is not yet populated. That's something I talked to John about during our lunch break, Larry, and we're thinking maybe if Ken could handle that while he's not working, maybe he could start working on that. Club charter and bylaws were adopted last June. I won't go through the whole thing. It was quite a task coming up. Our meetings are held in Georgia. A lot of the original bylaws, there was differences in Florida, differences in Ohio, so there had to be a happy medium come about to cover everything. But it gives you our whole, that's our Bible, the club Bible. It's, like I say, the charter and the bylaws.
And we try to refer to it,
Well, especially if the president doesn't follow parliamentary procedure, we have a member that'll remind him. Okay, catalogs and price lists. As you see, we have even pre-1950 catalogs, it says, but a lot of cases, it's nothing more than a piece of paper, is all that Buck used at that time. When we first started doing this, I agreed that I volunteered to take every catalog they had ever made and put it on the website, which you got to do one page at a time. So it took a while, but Joe Hauser finally got it all together, and between Joe Hauser and Larry Odin, we got them all. But when Joe sent me his, he insured it for $20,000. And I went, ah! So that really had me nervous. I was so afraid I would destroy something or ruin something or lose it or whatever. But everything worked out swell. Some of these you'll click on, and I'll just pick one at random. Okay, there's a. Now, some will say dealer catalogs, some will say consumer catalogs. So they have various, each year they seem to come up with a new name for it. But each one has the price sheet. And if there's any knives that you're looking for, if you know what years they were made, you can click on it, verify through the catalog, go to the price sheet, and you know at that time what they were going for to give you an idea what your knife is worth now. Some of these, they had a mid-year catalog, and that's on there if they come out with it. There's some Yellow Horse catalogs on there, although they're far and few in between. Display awards. We do awards in the Blade Show, where we have one of our annual meetings in Atlanta, Georgia, and the other one either in Kentucky or Ohio. Last few years it's been Ohio. This year it's going to be Kentucky. You can see here's all the categories that the displayers compete for. The best of show is awarded by a vote of all the people that display. They cast their vote for the other displayers. You have to be a displayer to vote on the best of show. And in the Blade Show, they have 3 judges awards and 1 best of show. But that's not just for the Buck Collectors Club, that's for everybody that displays at the show. This year, we took all 3 judges awards, but there was a different gentleman that won the best of show award, and he really had a nice display. Model histories. I am here to enlist your help with this. We have all the knives here that Buck sells, but very few are populated. And what we need is for members to adopt a knife. You can go about it several ways. I have a form for fixed blades and a form for folders that you just merely have to fill that out to help people identify the knives. You can do a nice big write-up on it. You can include photographs. It's your choice. The 530 series, Greg Smith has done some, and there's one of them, I forget which one it is, but there's one of them, he's got I think it's like 2 or 3 pages. Here's what I mean when it says open or save. A lot of times they say if you can't open it, if you save it and then open it after you've saved it, you have better luck.
How do we get a copy of one of those forms?
I'll email you a copy.
There's an indication on there which models have already been done. So
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, so
And
check it out.
that's something I'm going to have to get on the ball and check them all and see what you're done and write it down so somebody can say, hey, is this open, you know?
It's bold faced or something, indicated, be done. Something.
Yeah, perhaps that's a good idea, yeah. Put the number in bold.
Yeah.
this one open, there it is.
Oh,
Now, you can see here where Craig really did a nice write-up.
Yep.
They were pretty nice.
Okay, here's one of those forms, Rusty. What the form is, we have a form for folding and a form for fixed. And this side here is on the form, and then you put all the information on this. This here is on the form, and you write any information on that. Let me make that a little bigger. And, you know, you go on with the frame and the handle, the accessories, whether it was with a box, year of production, year of discontinuation. Now, Dick Matheny did this one. I like that idea of bold, making those numbers bold. That's my spiel. Anybody got some questions, some comments?
training zone.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Anything you have, you want to buy, you want to sell, whatever you're interested in, just drop me an email with the information on what it is you want or what it is you want to sell, and any contact information that you wish to provide, be it email address, a phone number, a mailing address, that's entirely up to you. The only thing that I ask is after something does sell, or you find it and you're no longer interested, if you'll just drop me an email so I can take it off of here. As you'll see, we have some things on here dating back to '05. Yeah, March of '05.
Is that the gentleman that got his knife stuck in?
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's on there.
That just happened about 3 months ago.
Yes, I believe, yeah. Yep. Anything else? Hope so.
I tell you what, the information that's on there now is a wealth of knowledge, I tell you that.
Larry, we're about out of everything. If you have any questions, comments?
Nope, I'm not real big on internet, so I use it some, but most of the stuff I use my literature, just because
Yeah.
I can find it on my literature online.
And I might add along those lines, if somebody really wants to look a lot of things up, we have the club sells CDs that lists all the catalogs and newsletters and price sheets and everything. And you just slip that in and it kicks right up for you. You don't have to wait for anything on the internet. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Jack.